Hey guys, it's Maymay, and today we're making this snow globe, which is so hard for me to hold it sideways for you to see, but I will have pictures at the end so you can see it. I want you to see this. This is how I ended up doing it. I'm going to walk you through a process using different paper and different ribbon, and I didn't love how it turned out. But what I did instead of starting over, because I wanted to finish, I just kept going, and I decided to change the paper and the ribbon that I used. You'll see the difference at the end of the video, or you'll see the process. So basically the video is going to show you exactly how to make it, but you'll see that I changed these in the end. So I came back. I actually have the other one underneath here and just covered it with the glitter because it just didn't look good the way I went the first way. So let me get this to knock down a little bit and see if I can hold it. It's so hard for you guys to see, but the process, the video will show you exactly how to make it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I think it turned out super cute. So let's get started. It's time to make our snow globe, and this is the one that I promised you guys using this big ornament that we have. It opens in half, and if you're interested, it has the little tabs on both sides. So if you wanted to make the little half ornament, which I think would be super cute, you would just use one half and then the other, and you'd still have an ornament holder on both sides. But today we're going to do the whole piece like so and make it into a snow globe. This is a chicken can. This is like for the what's it called? Shredded chicken that you can get in the grocery store. And I think the size is perfect. And so that is going to be the base that I use for my little snow globe to hold it up. It's just a little chicken can. But if you don't have a chicken can, I want to show you something. This totally works. I practiced it and it works. This is a piece of cardstock coiled into a circle, and this guy sits on it just fine. Like there's no issue. And let me hold it sideways so you can see it. You could just adhere that to it and it'd be a good base. You could even use chipboard to make yourself one of those, but I mean, if you just need to make it yourself, that works just fine. But I'm gonna use the chicken can, and probably a big tuna can. This is that large size. Matter of fact, let me measure it for you guys so you'll know what you're looking for. I can see us walking through the grocery store measuring cans. This one is just at 4 inches. Just at, so that works perfect. I think it is the perfect size for this little snow globe. So first things first, let's cover this guy. This will be super easy to do. What I'm going to do is use some sticky tape, and I'm going to run it around this little can. I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to cover the whole thing in sticky tape. So once I get my little cardstock paper to wrap around it, I can just peel this off, and the whole can will be covered. And it will stick down really well. So I got that first strip on there. Then I'm going to do another one, sort of at the top this time, and just wrap that around. I can smell the chicken. I even washed it with soap, but I can smell it. Maybe I'm just hungry. It is lunchtime. All right, so wrap that one around, tear that off, and now this is ready for cardstock. Now I just need to measure the height so I can know. So this is right at 1 3/4 inches. I'm going to cut it a little shy of 1 3/4 inches so it'll fit on here just perfect, and it won't touch the ground, it won't touch the tabletop, and that way it won't get ripped away. So I'm just going to go slightly shy of 1 3/4 inches, and I'm going to cut a strip and see if it'll go all the way around. I think a 12-inch strip will, but I'm going to check and make sure. Okay, the paper pack I'm using. Let me show you the sticker sheet, because that's what I'm going to focus on. This is the sticker sheet from the paper pack I'm using. This pack is called Celebrate Christmas. We do have some in store if you're interested. We're going to be using this Santa, this deer. I don't know what else today. We're going to use some other stuff too. So I'm going to dig into the paper pack itself and see which piece I want to wrap around the bottom. I'm kind of thinking something black. Oh, this is cute. That would be cute around the bottom. We'll hold that out. This would be cute around the bottom. What else? I'm going to keep, oh, this is cute. Nope. There she is. There's the base. I love it. I'm going to use this plaid, and I'm going to cut myself a strip and see how that fits. So just slightly less than 1 3/4 inches. I'm going to cut it like a 1/16 of an inch less. So what I do is I usually find 1 3/4 inches and then come back that little 1/16 of an inch. Then I don't have to count 16th to know I'm where I need to be. Slice that up like so. We'll see if that'll wrap around. So place this here. See, that's just right, so it won't get touched on the edge. And, oh, we're so close. What I may do is put a sticker or another thing here to really bring that all together. But look how cute that's going to be with the little plaid wrapped around it. Super cute. I'm going to stick this down and then decide what I want to put here. I can always just use another piece of the cardstock and just kind of, you know, match it together like you would if you were sewing. Just kind of match your plaids and it would hide. but it's a good place to do some embellishments. I think I've got an idea of what I want to put there, so we'll see. All right, so now the hard part. You might not think this is hard, but it's pretty hard to get this lined up just right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the edge of the can as my guide, and I'm going to work my way around, making sure that I'm going right to that little edge, and I'm just putting a little bit down at a time. Don't try to wrap this all at once, because if you do, you will definitely get off track. But by using that little lip to your advantage, you'll be able to stay nice and straight. Because as long as you stay on that lip with your cardstock, you'll know it's right when you get back around. Now I'm going to burnish it in. Look, it's even closer now that I did it so easy, or so carefully. I'm going to burnish that around. Also, I should tell you, I use one of those can openers that would not let me cut myself, so you need to think about that too. You don't want to cut yourself on these cans, so make sure you're using something that will make that a smooth edge for you to be able to put your hand in there and not get cut. All right, so that is going to be the base. I think I'm going to put a bow on it to hide this. Wouldn't that be cute to have a little bow at the bottom where it sits? All right, that can move aside. Now then, this is where it will get a little more tricky, but not too bad. This is my ornament. I'm going to clean this with a cloth real quick. I think I've got handprints all over this guy, and I'll probably want to clean it again, but I'm definitely going to get inside here and clean it. These microfiber cloths have become my best friend in the craft room. I'm using them for everything. I can clean the outside later, but that way the inside is nice and clean. I'm using this that I bought from Walmart. This was actually a whole circle of styrofoam. I cut it in half because what I want to do, and you're going to have to bear with me for this to make sense, I want to glue this into the bottom like so. Okay, so it's going to sit in there like this and be what I can attach my stickers to. You'll see that in a few minutes. But I don't want to glue it to where it touches the back of the globe. I want it to kind of hang to the front. Here's why. I'm going to add some faux snow and it'll hide my workings when I do that. But I want to make sure if I push this to the back and glue it in, then I'm not going to be able to get snow there. But if I bring it kind of to the front and glue it at the base, I'll be able to get snow all the way around and hide it. So this is going to get glued in. But I haven't decided if I want to glue it in before I build on it or after. I'm kind of thinking I might wait. I might work on this and then glue it in with the pieces on. I'm thinking that might be the way to go. All right, let's talk about the pieces we're going to put on. Now, I have these in my stash. You could use toothpicks. You could use just about anything you got. I've not even ever opened these before. These are from Walmart. They're little mini craft sticks, and I think they'll be just the right size for what I need. What I'm going to be doing is using stickers from my sticker sheet to decorate. So I love this big Santa. I think he'll be really cute. And all you need to make sure of is that he will fit, I'm going to just slide that in there like that, is that he will fit in your little styrofoam ball, and he will. I'm going to have to push him all the way down. Don't think I can turn this. Yeah, I can. I'm going to have to push him all the way in there, but he'll stand up in there just like that. Okay? So the first thing I want to do is make him where I can poke him in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little guy and I'm going to stick it down using the sticky from the sticker onto this stick. Okay? I want to make sure this stick will go all the way in. We're a little close. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit more. Something like that. So that way when I'm ready to, I can poke this into the styrofoam and he will just stand. But I don't want this back looking like this. We want to put a pretty pattern paper back here to kind of make that, you know, neater and cleaner. So let me pick what's going back there. I think I want the snowflakes to be on the back. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick this little guy down to this corner with the stick. You don't have to, but I'm going to use the stick on there so that I can cut this out and give myself enough room for the little stick to stay in there. If you're using a toothpick, it'll be even less space that it takes up, but I want to make sure it's exactly right. So I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to glue this together with art glitter glue in a minute. So it's popping up a little bit where the stick is, and that's not really a big deal right now because I'm going to glue it all down anyway, but this will help me get the shape cut. Now, if you have a scan and cut, where you can scan this shape in, you can scan the shape and then cut it out and flip it over to make it a mirror image, and then you wouldn't have to do the fussy cutting. But this is not, y'all know I don't hate fussy cutting. Even though I do have a scan and cut, I don't hate this. I think it's kind of fun. It really adds to the homemade feel of it. So I'm just going to go around and cut around Santa, and I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more elements while I'm at it. So I think there's a deer I want to use, and there might be a candy cane. So I'm just going to do the same thing to whatever elements I want to stick into the styrofoam. Now I want to say this. Yes, it's a globe. It's going to sit up like a globe, but it's not going to be two-sided. It could be. You could add some elements to the back, and we might do that. I can show you how that'll work. But my brain is telling me to make this kind of one-sided and put all the images facing the front, and that's fine if you do. It'll still be adorable sitting like on a bookshelf or something like that. But I'm going to go ahead and make all the elements I want to use, and we'll get right back together. So here's what I did. I made this little sign using just a skewer from my kitchen, and I haven't cut it off yet because I want it to be kind of tall in the little snow globe, so I don't know where that one's going. These guys I've already glued on, but this one I didn't. I wanted to show you what I did. I just cut out around him and left it open here. That's sticking pretty good. Then I took some art glitter glue and I just ran it inside, just like so. And anywhere the paper will touch the sticker, just as extra closing up, and then I'm going to stick that little stick back inside, close it down, and glue everybody together. You want to make sure you do this step because what will happen, I'm afraid, over time if you don't, because the stickers are not like super duper sticky. If you don't, you may build this globe and then look in there one day and everything's coming apart. So just make sure you go ahead and glue everybody down. Okay, now for assembly. I think I want him to be as far over this way as I can get him and kind of toward the back. So I'm going to poke him in, and I'm just poking him in to the styrofoam. None of this is going to show. I'm going to hide all of this. I just want him to be right to the top of the styrofoam. Isn't that cute? And I'm just going to take my time and check, check, check as I'm going. He's a little tiny bit. Well, he's really okay, though. He's going to fill up that globe. See how high he's going to be? And I want it to fill up the globe, so I'm going to go with that. Then I'm going to come to this guy, and to the far side and toward the front, I'm going to put him in. And he may be a little too tall. If he is, or his little stick may be, if he is, I can cut this away with some scissors. But let me see what, again, I'm hiding all of that with snow. So if they fit in here, we're okay. Nope, I'm going to need to trim him down just a little bit. So I'm going to use my Tim Holtz snips and just snip that away. Just like so. Just a little bit at a time works. And then you don't have a mess. So just trim that away. And then bring him back over. Perfect. Okay, I did this little tree as filler because I thought it might be cute to kind of stick back here just to have a little something in the background. So I'm going to stick that in there and see. I can always take it out if I don't like it or do something else with it. Stick that down in there. You're just building a scene. That's all we're doing. So there's that little tree. So just to give a little something in there. And then I wanted to put this little good tidings sign in. I don't think there's room for the sign. I made it, but I'm thinking that I'm not going to be able to get it all in there. Nope, I'm going to use the sign for something else. He ain't going to work. I think I'm just going to leave it like that and add my snow and glue him down. Of course, I want it to be at the top like this. I think I want to move him out a little more if I can. Let me see if I can get him right to the edge. So I've decided to move things around. I'm just playing, holding it up in my snow globe, looking at everything. And I think that they, because of the way their little faces are, they actually look better the opposite of the way I had them. So I'm going to put those in there like so. That's really cute. They look a lot better like that. And then I want to decide if I want this tree kind of behind the deer for a little height back there. So I'm going to stick that in. Just about like that, just to have something behind them as a scene. And I think I'm going to see what I want to put right here to put these guys in. And don't forget, the snow is going to do a lot. When we put the snow in, it's going to change everything. So let me get a piece ready for that little spot. So I got these guys placed, and I made this little sign the same way we did the other ones with that little skewer. And it's a little smaller than the one I wanted to use originally because it fits a little better, and I'm tucking it down in, kind of nestling it. And what you have to do is you have to keep going back to your little ornament over and over again because it needs to fit. And see how Santa and the reindeer just fit? That's what I want. I want them to fill it up there. And so now what we're going to do is glue this in to our little ornament. This will make things easier to look at. So I'm going to use my hot glue gun. So taking my hot glue gun, I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of my styrofoam. And remember, your glue will probably melt your styrofoam, and that's okay. You just want to get a good little bit down there. I'm going to have to hold my ornament up to do this, but something I just discovered I want to show you, okay? I've glued this guy on, but do you see right there where my glue kind of overlaps that little lip section? Let me get this real focused right there. Be careful with that. You might want to use this side to do yours because that lip goes all the way to the edge and you won't get the glue crossed over it. I should be okay. It's just a tiny little spot where it overlaps, but I just want to warn you of that. Now let this dry in here. Look how cute. It's even cute in the back, even though it's just that, and we're going to get ready to add snow as soon as this is nice and dry. I thought my camera was on. It wasn't. Let me show you what I just did. Before I glued this guy down, I took my powder tool and I rubbed it around really good inside of the ball because I don't want any static, okay? So you need to make sure you do that. That's one of the reasons I always say watch my video to the end before we finish it, because I may miss a step, and that's what I did. You need to make sure you rub the static out. These plastic balls are going to probably have a lot of static in them, and depending on the humidity where you are, things like that. All right, now I want my snow to come way up high and hide this styrofoam. So I need it to come at least a quarter of the way, almost half the way up. All right, this is the messy bit, okay? I ordered this snow in. We have it in the store if you want it. It's called Winter Snow. If you'd like to get it, you can pick this up anywhere. I just brought some in case you were where you couldn't get some. And I've cut a tiny snip in this bag. You could totally do this with a funnel as well. I want to put a lot of this snow into my ornament, okay? A lot, because I want to hide. That little snip is not big enough. I want to hide the styrofoam. So I'm just making a snip big enough that I can pour it without having it go everywhere. There we go. Okay, I've poured snow in the back, or into this ornament itself. Here's why. I don't mind how much it sticks to the back wall, but I don't want it to stick too much to the front wall. So I'll show you what we're gonna do. With the snow in the back, about halfway full back there, I'm gonna take this little guy and line it up to the front, or line it up with these little pieces, okay? Get it all snapped into place. And then I'm gonna let that snow drop down. But I'm not gonna shake it crazy to the front. I just want it to cover the base at the bottom. That is really cute. I've done this once and I didn't leave it in camera because it didn't work, so I didn't want to confuse you. But if you do it that way with your snow and you don't rub it on the front, it won't stick everywhere. It's gonna stick. See how it's sticking in the back? It doesn't bother me that it's sticking in the back. See that? But I don't want it to do that in the front. So I'm just gonna let it settle. Just like so. And this is not a toy. I'm gonna have to tell you, this is not gonna be a toy the kids can pick up and sling around because the static's just not gonna let that happen. So there is that. Now this guy is gonna get glued to our little holder. It's really cute, y'all. It really is. I'm gonna try to turn it where you can see it a little bit. Maybe the snow will kind of stay in place. But the front's gonna need a little decoration, and I wanna glue this guy down. And it's really cute. Again, don't let the kids sling it around. Put this high on the shelf because that snow will get stuck. And it won't be it's not the end of the world if it does, but I like it to be a little clear on the inside. If you have a fabric softener, I don't have one at work where I'm at, I would use fabric softener inside there and try to get all the static out. All right, I'm gonna sit this aside. I've got a little, let me show you what I'm doing. I have my sticky tape and I'm sitting this on here to put it aside so it doesn't get messed up. And then I'm gonna make a bow for the front of this little guy. So I decided to cut a little strip to put right here just to bring that together. It's not gonna matter because I'm gonna tie a bow here, so you're not really gonna see that this doesn't match perfectly. But that way, I've got my whole tin covered. Now you could make a paper bow, but I love this little ribbon. I picked this up at Walmart and I think it's so frilly and so dressy. I'm gonna use it. You could use red, you could use any color, but I think the black looks good because it's a snow globe, and a lot of times snow globe bases are black. So what I'm gonna do, I'm trying to decide if I want to actually tie it or kind of fake it. I think I'm gonna fake it because I'll be able to do better that way. So here's what I'm gonna do. On one side, I'm gonna put a little hot glue, just like so. Get that to melt off. I'm gonna stick my ribbon into that. Not gonna touch it with my hand. I'll use this. This is sitting close. You could use a pencil, whatever you got, but a ribbon can get a little hot if you're not careful, if you stick it in there too soon. Then I'm gonna wrap this around nice and straight. And I think I'll tack it in the back as well. Sometimes I don't, but I find that over time the ribbons can move. So back here in the back, I'm gonna tack it down just one spot. Not much glue at all back here because this will show. So I don't want to put like a glob. I just want to get a nice smooth ribbon. And I'm going to keep wrapping. Just like so. And then I will stick this down in the front. All right, I can cut away what I don't need of it. I have snow everywhere, by the way, everywhere. That stuff flies, it just really does. You may decide, I couldn't find any in my area, and what we ordered was not perfect, but I couldn't find the little beads. I really wanted the little white beads. I thought they would be better. Look, that's cute just like it is. But now I'm gonna tie a bow to hot glue right there. So this bow is single-sided ribbon. So what I'm gonna do is make a loop about the size that I want my bow to be. That's a little too loopy. I'll bring that down a little bit. Something like this. Yeah, that's about what I want. And then I'm going to cut this off like so. And I'm going to take another piece and wrap it around it and tie a knot. And that'll be what holds my bow together. But that way my ribbon tails will match. What I mean by that is I don't tie in one. Sometimes you can't keep both of the right sides of the ribbon facing the front, but you can if you kind of cheat it. Plus, the little knot will be in the back and you won't be able to tell that I cheated it. All right, and I can turn the tails down, and this way I can turn them whichever way I want them and get the ribbon all the same where it's supposed to be. Oh, there's snow everywhere, y'all. So now I'm going to go to the middle. I'm going to put some more glue down. I'm going to hot glue this bow into place and let it dry. And then I'm going to come back and place the bow where I actually want it to lay and put a little hot glue to hold it there, because over time it can start to change or, you know, twist or turn, and I just want to make sure it stays where I want it. So for now I've just got my little bow glued on. I'm going to trim these down a little shorter. I think they'll be cuter if they match the bow a little better. Yeah, so right to the edge of the bow. And then I'm going to tuck just a dot of glue right here, just a dot. Very stringy. Don't worry about these strings. You can come out with your heat tool or anything like that and kind of get rid of those little strings. But I just want this to stay. You could use your art glitter glue too here if you wanted to, just to hold your little ribbons in place. But I got my glue gun out, so that's what I'm using. All right, so there's my bow, but I'm not done. I think what I want to do is put a little charm in the middle. So using the Dress It Up buttons, I think they're so cute. And I think this Christmas tree is going to fit perfectly. I want to see. Let me get it out of the little packaging. And it's so big, right? And I think it'll be so cute in the middle right there. Isn't that cute? Let me move my thumb so you can see it. That'll be cute. So I'm going to glue that there. And I'm just going to add some hot glue back here. Bring that little tree to the middle. I think charms always dress up your bows. I think they're cute. I got this one glued a little too far out. I glued my bow a little too wide, but that's cute like that. All right, now let's put the snow globe on. So here's our globe. It's going to sit on the top. It's really cute. I'll show you in pictures because I don't want to tilt it too much. So I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to put glue in 4 spots. One here, one here, one here, and one here. And don't worry again if I get trails, which I know I'm going to. I can get rid of those in a minute. And I just want this to nestle into those dots of glue. That is going to be what holds it in place. I got it a little twisted. There we go. Untwist it. So that is my snow globe. And in hindsight, this is too dark, so don't go this dark. I like black, I always do, but I feel like that's a little too dark. I feel like it needs to be like glitter or something real sparkly here. I actually have a red ribbon that I may change this one out for. If I do, you'll see it in pictures at the end, but I think it might need to be a little brighter there. But that is our snow globe, and I'm just using stickers to make it. It's really cute. I keep wanting to pat the snow down, but I feel like over time it's going to compress as well and it'll settle in. But there you go, using a little chicken or tuna fish can in your big globe, you can make a snow globe. It's cute. I'm going to shake this and show you what happens. See the snow sticks to it? It's really not bad, but I want you to see that. So if you're going to let your kids do this, you need to know that the snow is probably going to stick to the plastic, but it doesn't look bad. It's a snowy scene and it should look like that. So there you go. The snow globe is done. You could tie a bow at the top, which I may do again. We'll see what happens in pictures. Hey, thanks so much. If you guys make a snow globe, I want to see it. I really do love how it turned out. It looks really cute. I love this base. This is the perfect base for it. I was struggling so hard to find the base. That is the perfect base. But I cannot wait to see what you guys do. I know you're going to do incredible renditions. You always do. And when you do, head over to our customer gallery and share them with us there at maymaymade.it.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.